And good evening, my droogs and droogettes. This is Big Country. Allah, hola, Allah, aloha, snack bar to you all. Yes, it is another fun-filled night of weirdness here at the House of Big Country. Big Country's Casa in full effect this evening, and we are working on it, and we'll see what's going on. There are still some technical issues because, hey, let's face it, I do not have a full grasp on said things. This evening, I figured I'd go with the continued mode of, hey, I'm going to do a new theme every night. So, aloha, snack bar, everyone. Yeah, winning. As you can see, I have my issue Haji head rag, which is always fun to have. Then again, the revision sunglasses, which I'm going to take off because I can't see where the shit, and I don't know if I've got things going on or not. But again, Big Country's Rant and Raves from the corner. And I'm going to take this off as well because holy God in heaven, that fucker's hot too. I don't know how it works. I never did Cotton On or figure out how that sumbitch worked when I was in the friggin' country when I was over there. But that being said, welcome. I am Big Country expat. I am here. I am aka the Intrepid Reporter, and I figured I'd just throw you back to some of the headlines for today. Fun and games. That being said, whatever like that, I will show one prized possession that I do have in the back. Right behind me, you'll notice there is your standard Iraqi flag. Now, said Iraqi flag, that is actually not your standard tourista flag, as one would say. This one here is actually very heavy, and I don't know, you can't really see it or not, but it's double-sided like a motherfucker. It also has the sand stains on it from where I got it and where I took it off of the Afal Palace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a genuine Saddam Hussein original, stolen from the roof of the palace in 2004, early 04, mind you, from the roof of the Afal Palace. Not sure how much it's actually worth. It's probably worth actually quite a bit of cash because it's a real one. It's a double layered. It's not your little nylon fakey or whatever. This son of a bitch is heavy as fuck, double stitched all the way across. Double layered. I mean, this is the real deal, you know. Yeah. Kind of a cool thing. And like I said the other night, I have some silverware floating around this house somewhere where I copped some of Saddam shit. However, Dead Dad did point out, it was a valid point at the time, and it still is now, that I got a fork that may have been in Saddam Hussein's mouth. That's, you know, there's a double-edged sword in that. Kind of cool, kind of gross, but that being said what it said, we are going to move into the headlines really quickly here. I'm going to try and keep this a little shorter than the norm because I tend to ramble an awful lot. Tonight has been kind of a stressful night, but not too bad. Grandbaby number 2 is asleep, thank goodness. We are doing well like that. Wifey's in the back room hiding out, and I'm going to hopefully, let's see. Nope, wrong one. Again, I fucked that up. I'm a genius. All right, let's shrink myself down. Up, there we go. Yay! And I don't know what that was that I did shrink, but here we go. Look at this. We have the Terry Tantrum. Now, having gone through this here and seeing the headlines as it is, it's pretty apparent that things are just fucked up. I mean, the very fact that, okay, we have Stacey the Tank Abrams running around, tells the big lie to Democrat voters. When is that bitch not lying? I mean, the prime example of a negress who is so full of her own shit and so high on her own supply, it's insane. And then Kamala falls prey. How VP Harris may have broken the law with church message. Who gives a fuck? The only thing of note and only thing of any sort of reputational shit in any way, shape, or form that slur has ever done is sucking on Willie Brown's pee-pee, okay? I mean, that's pretty much it. Her entire claim to fame is being the slur for a kingmaker in California. So, yeah, she's, you know, a non-entity. Committee recommends ban and face criminal contempt for defying subpoena. I'd tell them to suck a dick and hiccup too at this point. These people are out of their fucking minds, folks, and you know what? They don't even understand. And then let me see. Daily Fail has its usual fucking sex and drugs. OnlyFans model 22 shares video of herself smirking while being booked for stabbing her boyfriend with a kitchen knife in their Manhattan apartment before being released without bail. Of course she was released without bail. Look at that fucking picture on the left. Tits like that, abs like that, yeah. You think she's doing any time, any hard time? I fucking doubt it. Go fucking figure. And you'll forgive me, my allergies tonight are kicking my ass purely. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Murder for SWAT team, blah, blah, blah. What? Oh, and this fucking psychopathic fucking lunatic. Biden's Assistant Health Secretary Rachel Levine becomes the first transgender 4-star officer as she is sworn in as Admiral of the Public Health Service Commission Corps. Are you fucking kidding me? These fucking people are lunatics. Absolutely, certifiably fucking insane, high on the smell of their own smug and their own shit. And when I learned how to put a clip in this thing from another goddamn show, you can bet your ass I'm going to be using South Park every fucking time. And not only that, but also Rachel Levine, greatest ally ever. Every single time. Go fucking figure. This Luna chick, Luna fucking whatever, who, why, how? It's got to be something to do with, I think back to the movie, I think back to fucking the old days. What the hell was it? Buck Turgison from friggin', let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Buck. Greetings, me, Droogs and Droogettes. I do apologize for that, but stepdaughter / dumb bunny got home about 5 minutes ago and completely broke my rhythm. So we're just going to go on from here and run with it across the board. There's not a whole heck of a lot more going on out here. I did mention Buck Turgison in the last part of said infotainment I was trying. I was incorrect. It was Jack D. Ripper, actually, was the one who had the whole thing about the purity of essence and polluting the body. But, considering the fact that people have not risen up and started killing people, and a lot of the theories out there are that the fluoridation of our precious bodily fluids was sapping the strength of Americans. I'm wondering about that because there has been some stuff out there that does make me question whether or not we've become a bunch of goddamn sheeple because of the fluoridation. But either way, not going to go into it, not going to get into it, not going to go there. Right now, pretty much we're just going to concentrate on the fact that there's not a hell of a lot going on outside of the usual stupid. Pete over at the Western Rifle Shooters US has, this is the USA, there's no one coming to our rescue if things go sideways. No one will be resupplying us. No one will airdrop food, ammunition, medicine. There is no place to escape for freedom. This is it. Well, yeah, no shit. That's why you need, and as I put in the blog today, accountability, re-accountability, restock, rotation, and replace. If you got something shitty in your stockpiles, you need to make sure that you are replacing it. The can of Provident Pantry, and I did not know this, but Provident Pantry got bought out and completely replaced. So the fact that I even have Provident Pantry food tells you something right then and there, because, they sold out a while ago. So, yeah, the can of tomato powder was from 2012, and I had a reader on my other blog on the bigcountryexpat.com say that it might still be good, but, bro, appreciate you. I ain't chancing it, dude, because there's two things. Yeah, it's swole. Two, if I crack it open to test it, well, it's got to be used, and I don't see myself using at current rates and current usefulness, as one would say, while things are normal, I don't see myself using a number 10 can worth of tomato powder. I mean, it'd be wonderful, but yeah, not so much. Now, there is a blog out here that I haven't mentioned yet, but I do want to put up here for you guys to take a look at. That is patriotretort.com. As you can see, patriotretort.com. It's got this chick named Diane, and she is a Photoshop goddess. She really knows her shit, and she tends to be really hysterical, and a lot of stuff she puts out here is well worth the trip, well worth the ticket, and I highly recommend. She rips into people like you read about, and pretty good stuff across the board. But like I was saying, there's not a hell of a lot going on in the news outside of the usual stupid. And the problem is that we're kind of in that really gray area where we are all gray men and gray women. As wonderful as it would be if something would break, we really don't want to see things break, because if things break, well, that means shit just done got broke, and shit broke is hard to fix. This isn't going to be a super glue moment, as one would say. It's going to be a fucking full-on shit fest of his bull-flying pile of fecal matter hitting an oscillation device the size of fucking Manhattan. At which point we're fucked. I mean, just flat out, we're fucked. We're fucked sideways, and I mean, the killer is people are even more asleep at the wheel now than they ever have been before, which that really bothers me. I'm seeing it in training with my training class right now. I put it on the blog today. I started with 18 personnel. 2 went through the whole process of getting hired, getting tested, getting cleared, getting the background clearance. They showed up, they picked up their laptop, they picked up their monitors, and free equipment. And that was the last we ever saw them. I mean, stereotype much, mud diversity, I mean, fucking, he didn't do nothing, didn't do nothing. And his partner didn't do nothing part 2, rolled out with a free Dell or Hewlett Packard. I think it was, well, it might have been either or. It could have been, the company uses either or. But the fact they packed up the shit, rolled out, and stole the shit, and that was the last we ever saw of it, yeah, game over. Since then, I have been training for 12 days. In that 12 days, officially, I have fired 6 people. So that means a total of, 2 plus, 6, that's 8. Out of 18, I'm down to 8, 9, 10. 10 trainees. And what's even worse, I'm not done. Because one of them, I actually had to recommend for termination today, because she was supposed to show up at 9 o'clock this morning because, in theory, her computer was broken. Wouldn't turn on. That was her excuse. Come to find out, we put in the ticket, we did everything, and then she was told, hey, now mind you, she's been out of class for 2 solid days, which means she'd have to be recycled anyway, because the training we have is very intensive, very pay attention, don't fuck up, don't fuck off, be there. She was supposed to be there at 09 this morning. And I started getting pinged around 2, 3 o'clock today by the training manager, because ostensibly she's under my command/control. So I was like, well, I ain't heard shit. I thought the bitch was there. So I reached out to her on the phone. I called the phone at 14:53 this afternoon, which is 2:53 p.m. Eastern Standard. She picks up the phone sounding burned out, worn out, fucked out, whatever. I don't know what. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Big Country. I fell asleep and I went to bed and I didn't wake up. I'm going to go down and get that computer right now. I'm like, no, you're not. Not so fucking much. No. Stay put. We'll give you a call with instructions of what to do with the computer you've got right now, because guess what? Yeah, that employment of yours, your career dissipation light just went into the red zone and started blinking, sweetie. And even then, she wasn't bright enough to figure it out when I was like, yeah, sit tight and we'll call, don't call us, we'll call you. To be honest, I'm pretty sure the company, the corporate's attitude with the laptop is just, fuck it, write it off. I mean, let's face it, the laptops are what these days when you buy them in bulk, probably, the company maybe pays $200 a piece. Fucking flat screens, whatever. I mean, corporate cost was probably about $200-300 max end on equipment, and they're all I got away, or I's got away with axing and stealing myself a computer. Yeah, well, hey, great. Guess what? You ain't ever getting a goddamn job with this company, and let me tell you, the larger the corporation, the more tentacles they have to reach out. I found that out in corporate/contracting. When I got blacklisted by one company, that was when I had my medical evacuation for cancer. At the time, they didn't know it was cancer, so I got blacklisted, which was you cannot go back to Iraq. And, I dig where they're coming from. I still think it's a little unfair, but I did get put on a blacklist, and it's not official. There's like nothing that says, big country expat is blacklisted. They can't do that. If they did, oh my God, if I ever found paperwork showing that I was fucked like that, fucking start rolling my blunts with $100 bills. It's just word of mouth. I got blacklisted. It turned out to be cancer, but at that point, damage was already done. But the thing is that stretched into multiple companies, and that's where people don't understand. You fuck up while working for Amazon. If you fuck yourself up by being a piece of shit while working, and none of these millennials or Gen Zyklon Gen Zyklon knows. Oh my God. Talk to Spawn. That motherfucker. Let me tell you, I'm going to have him come on guest on this motherfucker because holy shit. Hard-working kid. But none of these kids understand. These days, the more and more buyouts that happen, corporately speaking, means the more and more you limit yourself when you fuck up and either get fired, pull a no-show, or do something stupid like my diversity, rolling in and axing a couple of questions before you walk out with the goddamn, laptop and two fucking flat panels. Which you could maybe pawn these days for like maybe $100 total. I don't even know. I have no clue what the going rate on pawning or anything else is. But I guarantee the company I'm currently working for, which I cannot and will not mention, let's just leave it at, this makes Dr. Evil's super national fucking giant Jagunda globe spanning fucking corporate shit look like an entry level kind of thing. Literally, I think there was a movie with Judge Reinhold a couple of years back. And Judge Reinhold did this magnificent movie, and he worked for a company that was called INC. Everything was Inc. And whenever you saw the concept in the movie was every company that had INC on it, INC meant they owned it. Inc. was literally, they owned everything. So the idea that it was the super mega evil corporate fucking overlords, Death Star Darth Vader level evil megacore, fake and gay incorporated, globo homo, how can I help you? Jesus Christ, sorry. That one struck me as kind of humorous. That hit the old funny bone. Thing is that, you fuck up and you get in that personnel roster somewhere, somehow, that you worked for Smith INC, Smith Inc., like say Inc. is actual reality, like in the movie with Judge Reinhold, Inc. being whatever. Yeah, you went to work for Smith Inc., which was a 12 or 15 man corporate entity, way the fuck out and butt fuck New Mexico. You fuck them over and you get a do not rehire. Well, then 10 years down the road, you go to get or not rehired. You don't realize it's a rehire. You go to work for the Jones Inc. company. And Jones Company Inc. goes in and starts running your name through the computer, and all of a sudden you get a do not rehire. And their HR comes back and says, yeah, fuck you because we said. And you're like, why am I fucked? Well, guess what? You fucked over the Smith Inc. back 10 years ago. They bought out Jones Company Inc. or it bought out Jones Company and made it Jones Company Inc. And now you're fucked like Chuck. It's like McDonald's. Sounds really stupid. I knew guys that, oh my God, I knew people who worked for McDonald's back with me in high school and everything like that. And they became business majors. They went on and they went up through the chain and they started working their way through life. And all of a sudden they found themselves a corporate Mickey D's job that was not a restaurant gig, but like a corporate Mickey D's job. And this is one person I'm thinking of in particular. They went in and it was like, we're talking C-suite level, Mickey D's job. But he had a do not rehire red flag on his shit from when he was 18 years old and had punched out his manager and told them to get fucked. He lost out on $250,000 a year. So yeah, downrange effects do have, long term. I don't know what else to tell you, but listen, I've run this thing too far, too long, too hard. Be the gray man if you can. Pack a heavy load. Buckshot, preferably with a lot of reloads. And round in the snout. Make sure you watch your back, watch your six, meat space only, trust no one outside of your immediate circle, and as I said, be the gray man if you can. And if you do run into SWAT teams, keep in mind, Panzerfaust are easy to make. Not only that, but if you do it right, you can even get the copper penetrator. Yeah. I'll be doing a post about that later. As you can see, completely unarmed, completely demilled. It's just a fucking example. But nonetheless, and yeah, all at arm's length, guys. As I say, what's in your wallet? All right, guys, me Drugettes, much love. I'll talk to you soon. I am the intrepid reporter, Big Country Expat. I will be talking to you. We'll continue on as we go along. Other than that, peace. Catch you later.